Okay, so as promised, I'm going to show you how I prefer to paint a super because all beekeepers are very opinionated about their methods. So what I did was I got a can of just white exterior acrylic house paint, and I got this from Snyder's again. I love those guys because what they did, since I wanted to have some fun colors, they gave me the colors. That's my finger. Obviously I'm using blue right now. And they gave me the colors that I could just mix in to make my own colors. Now you have to have a little bit of knowledge to mix colors, but you know, you learn that in kindergarten. Yellow and blue means purple, just kidding. Yellow and blue means green, blue and red means purple, etc., etc. So I'm just doing a light blue because I already have green and purple here, which I made. This is obviously blue and yellow, and this is blue and red, and you mix that into white. So now I'm just doing white and blue to make a light blue. Since I am working with mostly a bunch of dudes with this, I don't want to have any pinks or any cute things since it's already pastels. You got to have the light colors because bees don't, you know, like dark things, and we don't want it to be so bright to where it looks like a giant flower. You also see we have a nice yellow, so like a buttercream yellow, very nice. Fa's working on that over there. Look at all these supers he made. These are all from today. There's a lot of complaining going on in here today. Blisters, all that stuff.
We don't have any more yet.
So anyways, I'm mixing my blue. You're out of yellow?
Yeah.
But did you finish?
No. This side is very thin. We should make a tiny bit more.
Faz, by himself, is going to make a tiny bit more of yellow. And I'm going to keep mixing the blue. So what I'm doing, I just take like a little tip of the knife with the blue, and he'll show you how to do that with the yellow. So can you get a little bit of paper towel to wipe off our technical tool here? There you go. So we're going to see how much yellow he takes out to show you how much yellow. Well, and he can do a couple more coats over there, so you're going to have to be really careful about how much white you pour out, because otherwise you're going to have extra. Or I guess we could make a little bit of orange with it if you have some left over.
So we need a brush to get the thing, so this needs to be rinsed first, right?
Well, where's your little brush?
Over there.
Did you use it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh. Well, we can just deal with that later.
Okay, you want to deal with it later?
Yeah. So just pour a little bit in there. Looks good. Garbage for you. Okay, so now you're going to add a little bit of the yellow, just a knife tip full. I don't know why he's rubbing it with his fingers, because then he's just going to get paint all over himself.
Because there's blue on his face. So really make sure the blue is gone, or it's going to mess it up.
Okay. We are making a video here. Let's move it along. Okay, so just like a tip full.
So just a tiny bit.
This is going to be very bright in comparison to your other ones.
Okay. Looks good.
Nice buttercream daffodil yellow. And so I'm going to go ahead and set up a spot to work on it. And I'm going to bring you over here where Faz is going to finish up this one. And I'm going to set up right here. So I cut some plastic sheets to save the lab benches. And take one of these down. Move these. Ugh. Okay. So, let's take our paint and our brushes and start. We made a lot more blue because I think blue is going to be nice. I'm going to take one more plastic thing to put my paint on so I'm not spilling it everywhere. So if I have any dribbles, it can go onto here. Like this. Okay, so what I want to show you up close, and this is really the only important part, is the idea of painting. Oh, I'm covering the microphone. The idea of painting the hive is to, one, protect it from the elements, and two, to seal it up to keep it more insulating for the bees themselves. So it's important to really seal up the joints where they're nailed together, where the two sides meet. So I like to use the littler brush to really kind of goop it on there and seal it up. And then I use a little brush also for the handle, because when you use the larger brush, it's hard to get into those tight spaces. And I don't really use super fancy brush. I just got the cheap ones that don't fall apart. Okay. And again, just kind of lathering it on, filling in all the cracks and holes, sealing up the nails. And see all those spills? That's why it's good to have this plastic, because I'm messy. And then I also like to do along the bottom edge with the little brush too, just because you can do it fast. And then what I do, let me just clean this off so I can put it down. Then I take the larger brush like this, and I just coat it on. So I'm going to put you right here so you can watch that process. You can see Foz also doing it in the background. You want to put it on pretty thick, but not too thick so that it won't dry. Generally what I do is I'll paint one whole super and then go and do another one. And by the time I'm finished with that one, the other one's dry enough for a second coat. So put it on thick because you're trying to seal it up, but not too thick to where it will never dry. Okay? And you, of course, when you're putting on this thick, want to make sure your brush strokes all go in the same direction so that it doesn't look all crazy. And so I'm going to do this side also. And any knots or round holes, again, you want to use that paint as a sealant to just kind of work it in there. So I'm going to use the little brush on that and fill it in. Because something the bees and I have in common is that we're pretty OCD, so any little blemish or crack or hole, they're going to fill it with propolis and wax. So I want to kind of save them a little bit of work and energy, because it costs them time, energy, and of course honey to do this, because that's their fuel. I don't know what it is, but it's like X amount of honey to make X amount of wax. I realize that's not very interesting because I'm not giving you any numbers, but I'll find out. I'll let you know. So you just kind of keep going in that fashion. And so what we're going to do is we're going to stack green, yellow, purple, blue, and then I think we might do orange. Foz is getting that on the table. Are you kidding me right now? Look at the table. Do you see that?
I know, it's really bad.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop the video now because he's about to get it.